Yeah, no, the love of knives started when I was a kid. I grew up on a farm, and that it kicked off there as a tool. When I was 13 was when I first started doing it as a bit of a hobby, trying to make them. Dad had a plastics factory, and I had free reign in there. When we moved down to South Africa when I was 18, is when I really got serious about it. That's when we got nice machinery, proper knife making machinery. And from there it just took off. In terms of what makes our knives special is they are completely handmade, front to back. The only thing we don't make is a couple of the screws here and there. We do make some of them. We use the best materials that we can lay our hands on, imported from the States, from Europe, all over the world, local stuff. Just the best things we can lay our hands on.
I cannot begin to tell you about how this feels in your hands. It's honestly, if you had to find yourself at the MoMA in New York and you walked in and your favorite artist of all time, which in mine it's Starry Night from Van Gogh, and it's up in the New York's MoMA Museum, and you stand there and you see it and you're just so mesmerized by, you know, the attention to detail, how beautiful it is. This is just the most, I mean, did you hear that? Everything about it, how the mechanics sound when you open it up, everything about it makes this, you know, something that every collector in the world needs to have in their collection. Oh, I can stand here doing that the whole day. Right, like a sculptor that has a blank canvas, this is what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at raw materials. Gareth, talk us through the start to the end of any knife that you produce.
Okay, start to finish, what we do is, first thing is I design it. We'll design it out small, simple, and blow it up. I digitize it, make sure it all works on the computer. Okay. It's easier to fix mistakes in digital world than it is to realize you've made a mistake in the design. From there, what I'll do is I'll print it out a bunch of times, and then, for example, with the steel, the blade steel, you'll start cutting it out. We use an angle grinder to cut out the basic shape. You'll step over to the grinders, continue shaping.
All hand done, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hand done, completely by hand.
Angle grinders, hacksaws, that's fun and games. Same thing with the handles.
Let me see, you all got your fingers? You all got your, oh, right. Gotta check they all got their fingers.
So handles, you'll do exactly the same thing. We use, for folders, we love making folders. It's the challenge, the complexity, the mechanism.
Absolutely.
That's what we absolutely love.
Yeah.
So handles you'll make out of titanium or some sort of mixture, whereas titanium, zirconium for looks, but still with all the function.
Yeah.
You will drill all the necessary holes, whether it be pivots, screw holes, that sort of thing, if you're holding down.
And again, perfection, because you've got to know exactly where and what goes together, because ultimately they've all got to fit.
Exactly. No, they do. You can't have any tension. Everything needs to be flat. Everything needs to be parallel or perpendicular.
Got you.
It's got to be bang on every single time. And yeah, it's the big thing. I joke with my mates about it all the time. It's really simple to make knives. You just grind off the bits that don't look like a knife, and it's done.
Right, he says. You're right. Listen, there's an art to this, and they've got the art down to a T. So from here, and at any given time, I mean, do we go, okay, we're doing the handles first, and then we're going to do the blades, or are there at any given time all components of the knife being manufactured at the same time?
We do. We've got a bit of a team. There's the four of us in
here.
Yeah. So like Dad'll be surface grinding the blades.
Yes.
The blade steel does come in relatively flat.
Right.
We get it truly flat on the surface grinder.
Right, that's what Dad does. Dad is in there.
Dad makes everything flat.
And Dad's is the secret is Dad is very economical with his resources compared to you, I believe.
Yes. Now I get all the fancy sharp new belts and everything like that, and I get to use them while they're all nice. And as soon as I think, no, this one's getting a little bit off. Here, Dad, this is for you. JVS or Jason will turn all the round parts. They're my precision department.
Okay.
I make things look pretty. I make steel smaller. Those boys make everything accurate, organized, and now pretty with the spirals and that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all just, and the design, you know, you've added elements to the original chamois that are just, everything is an evolution. You know, it's not a revolution. I can look at one of your older chamois and one of your newer ones, and the design in principle is identical. You've just taken technology and methods that you guys have kind of, mastered and applied them to the newer models.
Yeah, it's a chase. It's improving constant evolution and improvement. And as I said earlier, listening to clients, getting their feedback. And some of the stuff is wild. You get some wacky ideas out of clients.
Make me a rose gold knife, Gareth. Make me one from pure rose gold.
We've had some wild, you joke, I've done rose gold. But yeah, a lot of it is fantastic. You get some great insights from end users.
When they have to leave here, there's a sense of obviously excitement, but also like your babies are going off to, they're leaving the nest.
Very much so.
They're going out there.
It's, with these, we've made a bunch, so we're used to feeling it at this point. Prototypes definitely can be a bit heartbreaking, seeing them go out. People literally, like when we went to shows, we went to like Blade Show, people buy your knife out of your pocket.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's you can't afford to hang on to them, to show them, that sort of thing. We always joke that I can't afford my own gear.
So it's true. In actual fact, you don't carry because it's not, there's nothing. And I guess also if you start bringing sentiment, like strong sentiment into it, you're going to end up with stuff that's just going to end up being clutter in the background, or unless you're going to open a museum one day to show, everybody the various degrees of work. It also gives you this element of almost like, detachment slightly from that, which would be, which is great. Then you see it popping up on a timeline on social media somewhere, and you go, hey, I remember that because that's the first or the only one. But that's what makes the brand so special.
Exactly.
It really does. Listen, this is so cool. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks so much for taking some time out to show us how they're put together. If you're thinking about it and thinking about supporting local, if you're from Cape Town or the Western Cape or from South Africa, we'll put all the links in the description down below. Go and give them a look. If you're watching from anywhere in the world, yes, you know it, the best knives in the world, they're made in Cape Town by a family who have got their heart and soul invested in every single work of art that leaves this factory we're in now. Like, subscribe, remember to share with all your friends, and for Cape Town, etc. I'm Ryan O'Connor. Thanks for watching.